Hey, you don't look confident, Bo. You don't look confident when you're doing that. You don't look confident.
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar, sponsored by ChiefsBlitz.com, presented by UnderdogFantasy.com. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense
He got
Todd.
the winning Super Bowl touchdown.
Okay, got a catch. Anybody could have made that catch.
The Kansas City Chiefs select Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State.
You did it, man. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Guys, y'all got it. Comic. Guys, y'all.
I don't know what the trade details are. Hold on.
Boom.
They got Worthy.
Xavier Worthy.
Isn't that crazy? It's been 11 months since the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and we're it's gone by so fast.
Oh, it's time to piss straight off. Pull up a picture of 81. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Rashee Smith.
Rashad Smith. Let's go.
There it is. The Chiefs have done their perfect draft.
Dre's gone. I don't know where he's gone.
Yo, welcome to the show. It's a Chiefs Blitz night. Breaking down the plays, keeping everything tight. From my home to the defense, we give you the scoop. Real talk, real stats, we the ultimate truth.
All righty. Welcome to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar, presented by ChiefsBlitz.com, your top source for Chiefs news analysis and the home of the Four Guys in a Bar podcast. I am your host, Nick Athan, along with Mr. Hense Todd, Mr. Lou Montagna, and Andre Tillman.
What's
It's
happening?
Red Friday, boys. The Chiefs will play their first preseason game Saturday, 7:30 Central Time. Check your local listings or against the Arizona Cardinals, and what should be
Shout out Bird Gang.
an interesting game for a lot of guys who want to make an impression and want to make the roster. So
Yeah, man.
That's
Go back
crazy.
to those
Football
kids.
is back, guys. Football is back. It's on its way around the corner, guys. We're going to finally get to see some Chiefs action, because the Raiders looked like a complete mess yesterday, even though it was preseason. The Colts looked like, and also the Bengals looked good. Yes, they good.
No, he didn't. I want to go say Joe Burrow looked sweet yesterday.
Also, Baltimore Ravens look like a superstar team, But it's just preseason. Preseason records don't really matter, right, Lou?
Yeah, that's what Joe Shiesty do, though. That's what Joe Shiesty do. You know what I'm saying? 9 for 10. You know what I'm saying? Throwing to the best receiver in the NFL. It's just easy work.
Until he faced McDuffie. Teacup. But,
oh my God!
they won't face each other till the playoffs this year. That's the fact.
Yeah.
I am Hense Todd. That is Nick Athan. That is Lou Montagna. And that is
Let's go.
Tillman with the bucket hat. So with that said, guys,
Coach D, man, what's up? What's happening?
we want to thank everybody for joining in. We want to thank Mango in the background. We want to thank Ruben Sinclair. We want to thank Ken KS. Also, Mr. Ryan
Swanson.
Yeah. Seems like the boys are taking their liberties with Coach and his pre-show process.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Other than that, man, Ryan, we've been missing a guy that's a regular on this show, but when you pop up, he's not here, and when you're not here,
he's working.
We don't know. We don't know if you're the other guy. So,
he's working.
We just said. But other than that, man, we want to thank everybody for joining in. Ron said Cincinnati defense still look.
We ain't worrying about their defense. We're worrying about the offense. They look
40 points a game. It won't matter.
Hell yeah. You gotta stop Coach. Hey, you gotta stop Joe Shiesty first, though.
Yeah, whatever.
With that said, guys, let's get into our sponsor. Baseball is back.
That's right. Baseball is back on Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you cash in today. You can play the pick'em game. It's very similar to what you did with the NFL where you're doing the Chiefs stuff. Now it's all about baseball and especially the Royals. You can go higher or lower. It's really simple to use. Their app is amazing. You just choose your entry fee. You decide what you want to play, and you just see the winnings coming if you know what you're doing. So take a swing today and make sure that you sign up for Underdog Fantasy, and they're going to give you a meatball right off the gamut, Bobby Wood Jr. special. So start with a W for your first entry and new customers. Make sure you use the code Chiefs Blitz. That's right. We make it real easy around here to join the Underdog group. All you got to do is hit the QR code where it says scan here. It goes to our page. Type in the promo code Chiefs Blitz. Set up your account, deposit $5, and get up to $50 in bonus dollars. Again, using the code promo Chiefs Blitz. Obviously, you can go with the Major League Baseball, WNBA, NFL exhibition games are back. So today, I played one player from each game tonight, and I'll see what happens. I picked random guys. It's a lot of fun. You can win a lot of money. It's a great game. I highly recommend it. I'm still all positive for the whole year, so I'm excited about that.
Nick, typically when you make selections and you want to share them with the crowd, you share them with the crowd.
Well, I mean, I guess I could if I knew how to.
I don't think it's going to impact your payout. So
yeah, no, I'll next time I play a game, I'll do a copy and I'll make sure we put it on the show. Let's see.
Hey, real quick, Ruben, you damn right. The best defense is offense. Damn it, that's what we represent. That's what the
yeah.
Hopefully Mahomes can duplicate that tomorrow.
I don't think he's going to play 2 series. I think he's only going to get 1.
Whatever.
Yep.
Whatever.
Freezing up.
So with that said, guys,
let's go. Kind of, sort of. Hey,
all right. Slow start. Here we go. It's Friday. It's the end of the week.
Something happened. I don't know what happened.
Feed those squirrels.
Yeah, I got to go faster.
So what
whatever the hell is
so what they said, what do you think? It's like it was a delay on my end. But yes, Ruben said defense still, ain't that much good for
feed the hamsters.
Yeah, man. Yeah, keep them hamsters fed, man.
Yeah, freezing up again.
Dre, did you bring a snack? Maybe toss a few nuts to your.
I don't think these hamsters eat nuts, man. They eat like grass and weeds and shit like that. I don't know what's going on right now. Yeah, they kind of pushed it.
That must be why it's glitching.
Yeah,
some sustenance, man.
All right, let's go. Let's move. What we got going?
I get into the update.
Can't move without the hamsters there.
All right. Around the NFL, Chiefs activate cornerback Christian Fulton from the PUP list, which means he will be available for full contact practice. That will be next week. It's very unlikely he's going to play tomorrow in St. Louis. This is one of the Chiefs' prized free agents. This game's going to allow Noah Williams to get a lot of reps as his primary backup. But it's good that Christian's out there. They've got high hopes for him. They think he can be that corner opposite Trent McDuffie. If that's the direction they go, putting him on the outside. Chris Jones, according to Albert Breer, has put up an extra 10 pounds of girth in an effort to help him throughout the upcoming season. He's a big dude. He did look, I think when we were watching him in practice, he definitely had a little bit more poundage around the waist. And that kind of tells me, curious if he's going to play more inside than outside this year. So we'll see. But the extra winter girth certainly could help in the dog days of chasing that Super Bowl ring. And the suspension on Rashee Rice, it appears it's going to be 4 to 6 games, according to Albert Breer. I talked to somebody today who indicated that the initial conversation with the Chiefs and Rice's representatives in the NFLPA is 6 games. The Chiefs are trying to get it reduced to 4. They're trying to cite the recent 3-game suspension with the receiver from the Minnesota Vikings who had a DUI. So it's my understanding they hope to settle at 4. We don't know if that's going to be the start of the year or he's going to play a couple games and they're going to suspend him. But it does look like he's definitely going to get between 4 and 6. Now, he has done everything right, according to the people I spoke to yesterday, as far as the off-field incidents, paying the fines, paying the fees, settling with all the victims. Put himself in a situation where he's kind of gotten away from his entourage. He's focused in Kansas City. He did a terrific job in his rehab. So hopefully the punishment won't be too severe. I'm hoping 4 games. I'm wishing for the best at 3. But that looks like that's where it's probably going to end up.
Yeah. So, and that's That's why this is going on, because it's got a little goddamn little hacker in here. We're gonna go ahead and get him out of here once again. So, yeah. So, but again, man,
he's got more handles than AI, baby. He's gonna keep coming.
Hello,
he's gonna keep coming.
Bot alert. But again, looking at the suspensions of 4 to 6 games, thank God, Hollywood been down. The wide receivers, they haven't been healthy in training camp so far. So also, Thornton is coming along, and him and Patrick Mahomes look like they have a connection going on. So,
Lou.
If Rashee Rice gets suspended for these 4 to 6 games, then you can look at a guy that's in Thornton. And also looking at some of these games yesterday, and you're gonna be looking at some of these games tonight. I bet Brett Veach should be watching these guys as well to see who else, what other wide receiver that he can bring in for them 4 to 6 games, because that's a lot of games. What you think, Lou?
Well, it'd be interesting to see, if any veterans, of any value are going to be worth it, for them to bring somebody in terms of maybe making a move with another team, right? So now if somebody gets cut and they've had their eye on him, maybe they had him high, they were high on them in the draft, but they already did that with Tyquan Thornton. So it'll be interesting to see what moves they make and, how long that suspension is. But he's always going to be looking to improve the team, whether it's guys that are on other rosters, guys that are on the street, whatever it takes. So stay tuned, as they say.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. What do you have for us today for Factor Cap, Luke?
It's that time, folks. That's right. Not just the Q&A. We're here for the second greatest game on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
That's right. And I am going to read a series of statements, typically things that are in the news, NFL news, of course. And you guys can decide, hey, that's fact, I'm with it, or it's cap, not so much. So here we go. Right from the top. I mean, this whole Micah versus Jerry thing is kind of nauseating by now. If you're an NFL fan, it seems like every show leads with it. And so I'm not going to get too much into the minutia of it. But in terms of Jerry, it's just kind of like, hey, I want to look him in the eye. We make a deal with handshake. Hey, we had a deal in the spring, whatever. So the bottom line is this. Here's the statement. Either the NFL and or the NFLPA should step in and make Jerry stop trying to circumvent the agents. They're there for a reason. Fact or cap?
I would say there will be a cap, Lou. I think Jerry Jones, you got here, he put his hands out here in the bowl. It's showing that it works for him. It works for him. He's the owner of the team. He said, hey, I'm going to lead the ship. If my team goes down, it will be on me. That I make a decision that my team goes down. And I don't think he's a bad businessman when it comes to the players in these contracts, because I think he makes the right business moves. Because again, the Cowboys was that face of the league for a long time. Then you had the Patriots, now it's the Kansas City Chiefs. I think Jerry Jones is dope. I think that will be a cap, Lou. So no.
Well, I think it's only a cap because the NFL players aren't going to be able to do anything. This is something that they're going to have to collectively bargain again to be more specific in the rules of negotiating contracts. Listen, owners have circumvented agents, throughout the life of contracts in the NFL. That's how the 60s and the 70s and 80s were pretty much. They just would circumvent. No chance the Players Association is going to have any cachet in this. It's up to Parsons too, but Jerry Jones has run this franchise in the ground. He's making money and that's all he cares about. They're never going to be Super Bowl relevant again as long as he's the general manager of the Cowboys.
I will caution you, Nick. There was no collective bargaining agreement in the 60s, 70s.
Well, I'm
80s,
just saying.
So that was kind of how business was done.
Correct.
Now there is a CBA and there's a rule that if you are represented by an agent that you should be. So anyway, don't let me influence you or the other facts. What do you say, Coach?
Man, I'm going to say stay the hell out their damn business. That's the problem with Jerry Jones, man. That's the problem. Stay out of people's mix. That's that man's money, man. He worried about revenues from the Cowboy Stadium, bringing cheerleaders and all this other nonsense and trying to have a concert in Cowboy Stadium, man. Nah, stay out that man's
His
business,
money.
man.
And it's his money.
That shit, man. I'm the player. Shit. I'm risking my life, man. Stay out of my pocket.
And it's Jerry Jones' money to give. And it's Jerry Jones' money to give. So I'm like,
and that's the problem.
And if he feel like Michael Parsons ain't worth it, maybe Michael Parsons, he the one drop.
I'm gonna go fast.
So what everybody in the chat as well saying, Cap, everybody saying Cap as well. Jerry Jones does what he wants. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he does do what he wants, but I guess that's the whole thing about this statement is that's what should the NFL do?
Yeah.
Because again, I understand it is his money, but he doesn't operate in a vacuum. Without the other 31 teams and the players, he doesn't really have a business. So you have to work with your partners, in this case, the players, and they have a collective bargaining agreement that says that if you're represented by an agent, that's kind of how things get done. And so anyway, I'm sticking with the fact. Okay, right, so next, one of the biggest media deals ever happened in the last few days. And it's kind of been in the works for several years, but ESPN now has taken over the NFL network. In exchange for that, the NFL gets a 10% stake in the worldwide leader, right? So they don't have anything to do with Disney. I think it's just part of just an ESPN deal. But a 10% stake in the... So there has been kind of this overarching thing, you know, like the NFL network was like the media arm of the league. I don't know, for those of you that are younger, probably don't remember this, but the Soviet Union used to have like their own media company, TASS, and like they were never going to speak out against Gorbachev or, you know, whoever the leader was at that point. So there's always that sort of underlying feeling. Do these media outlets really report on the NFL? If they don't like things, you know, the NFL kind of puts the screws to them. Anyway, here's the statement. Based on the fact that they now own 10% of ESPN, ESPN eventually will get either the Fox or CBS package of games on top of what they already get now. Fact or cap? Look at that. Good work, sir. That is awesome.
I would say there'll be a fact.
Who thought of that?
I'd say there'll be a fact of Mango, aka the Mango.
Nice Mango. I love it.
But
you guys are so quick to throw people under the bus.
Huh?
Oh, my turn. I'm gonna say cap.
This
I don't
just
think
goes to show you nobody kind of reads our internal chats. But go ahead, man.
I'm gonna say cap. I think what's gonna happen with the NFL is I think eventually the Sunday ticket will fall back to ESPN and the ESPN app. You know, whenever that contract expires with YouTube. Now, YouTube is making some significant changes this year, which I think is going to be key in how they broadcast their games and the options you're given to watch the games in the 4-slot window. You get to choose this year, so it'll be a little different than last year. But I think more and more, I think that's where you're going to see ESPN, the ESPN app, and ABC get involved, where I think ultimately they'll have the Sunday ticket.
Hey man, you know what, man? Disney's taking over, man. They're trying to take over. Even wrestling taking over and wrestling shit. God damn, they greedy, man. Mickey Mouse is greedy, bro. Like, real talk, man. It's getting. Hey, if your pockets ain't thick, man, hey, it's gonna look bad for you this season. If your pockets ain't right, it's gonna look bad this season. They greedy, man. So
yeah, it all started with a drawing of a mouse, and here we are. My goodness,
in Kansas City.
Yeah, I think Nick makes a good point there, where the NFL ticket can certainly go there. We'll see. I mean, Google's a pretty rich company too, so I'm sure they'll be bidding high. But we'll see how that goes. But ESPN coming out with their new digital to consumer product, which I'm not exactly sure what that means. It just means that it's $29.99 a month. You get whatever. I don't know what happens with ESPN Plus, if that gets rolled into it or whatever. But yeah, those two companies in bed with one another, just kind of, it's all incestuous.
It's $1,100 a year if you want to watch every Chiefs game this year. if you're out of market.
No.
Yes.
NFL ticket, I believe.
Peacock, Netflix,
I've been a subscriber for years. I think it's. I think they're saying it's like $300 some this year.
No. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about all platforms.
Well, I think that factors in if you have each of those outlets for the entire year
all together.
So like if you've got, but Amazon Prime, I mean, most people have Amazon Prime to get their stuff delivered free. So that's no big deal. But, you know, I would imagine like Peacock, that's an extra, I mean, for that 2 or 3 months, it's probably like $20 or $30. So anyway, yeah, it's all about the cash, man.
It's all about the coin.
They're trying to hit they've got some number. They're trying to hit like $25 billion in revenues a year, and everything they're doing is leading towards that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, finally, we have one about the Chiefs. Lo and behold, number 3 is about the Chiefs. So we've been talking about the wide receiver group, room, whatever. Let's put the Rashee suspension aside. You've got Tyquan Thornton, who may be kind of Brett Veach's newest version of young Joka or Kadarius Toney, somebody that was a former first-round pick, different team. He didn't have to give up any draft capital, so that's a good thing. You got Jason Brownlee, you know, the Hard Knocks darling from a couple years ago. And number 3, I believe, might be a little bit of a surprise. Maybe not a surprise, but kind of a twist that I'm putting on this thing. Rashard Smith. Okay, so the statement is this. The last open wide receiver spot will actually be Brashard. Special teams, running back, wide receiver, 3 guys in 1. You can save roster spots. Yes, Brashard is wide receiver number 6. Fact or cap?
I would say that will be a cap because I think they will be looking elsewhere. There's too many receivers out here in the NFL that's going to be getting cut when the final cut down days come. I think it's going to be somebody new that's out there on one of these rosters that's, you know, me going under the radar to get cut, and Brett Veach is going to bring a man to be their 6th guy. It's definitely, I know you said take out Rashee Rice thing, but yes, I think it'd be somebody else beside Rashard Smith at number 6.
So you're a cap, right?
Yeah, cap.
I'm a fact. I love the idea.
Hell yeah.
I think he's going to be, he may not be wide receiver number 6. It could be 7 because I think they're going to carry an extra receiver just because of the Rashee Rice situation and the unknown with Hollywood Brown. Now, quick update on both. I think that if the season were playing this next weekend or a week from Saturday or Sunday, that both those guys probably would play. But still, you know, you got to be concerned. So yeah, I'm definitely on the opposite end of what Mr. Todd has proposed.
Man, you know what, man? I'm gonna go fact because you got Mitchell, you got Hunt, and you got your what's the Pot. You know what I'm saying? You got Pot, got those 3. Why not put the boy out there? He's an ex-receiver anyway. You know what I'm saying? He got the quality, and like I said, if y'all really been paying attention to training camp, he's been dogging them linebackers, man. He's been dogging, bro. It's like every time I look at a highlight, this dude, man, he's smoking the secondary, bro. Like, he's the real deal. I can see it. Lou, I can see it. I'm going to go fact. I can see it.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. You don't have to keep an extra receiver because he's taken up like 2 or 3 different positions on the team.
Facts.
So you don't necessarily, typically that 6th or 7th receiver isn't getting a lot of snaps on offense anyway, right?
It's going to be a veteran.
More of a special teams guy and maybe somebody that's developmental. So to Hense's point, that could be somebody from another team if they really aren't convinced that Tyquan can do it in game situations. So, you know, leading into, you know, one of the topics I think at the top here is, you know, who is going to need to have a big preseason games look, if you would. It's Tyquan Thornton and Jason Brownlee because they have to convince the Chiefs not to go outside of the facility to have that last receiver spot.
Yeah.
So that's going to do it for this week's Fact or Cap, always brought to you by our friends at Underdog Fantasy Sports.
A quick bark.
A quick bark.
That's right.
All right. Here we go. Guide us, Hense.
Let's get in some of these. Somebody said, I remember when they was a kid and the games were like $12 or get in some of these chat, Nick, before we go into the
I think parking was $8. I remember those days.
Y'all was lucky, boy.
$12. I think it's $50 to park right now. Ken, I remember Demetrio. I remember tickets being $70 back when I was in high school. $12 is crazy. It was a season ticket holder. I mean, money rules the NFL, and it certainly rules the Chiefs. And Gary also points out there's a lot of greed. Greed is good if you're an NFL owner, I guess.
Mickey want that cheese, man.
It is.
Well, what's interesting? I don't
capitalism.
I mean, I think it's interesting that this deal with the NFL and ESPN. I mean, there's a lot of political back end stuff going on with the league and also with Disney and a lot of changes they made, and they don't seem to be on the same page there. So I'm really curious as to how all the political structure of this and whether, there's going to be some other things that come up that make this deal very, very difficult for everybody involved. But, I was really surprised. I wasn't surprised by the move. I was just surprised with what ESPN is basically giving up to make this thing happen. And I hope the programming is as good as it was for the most part at NFL Network. The ESPN programming is something to be desired and, something of an acquired taste when it comes to certain individuals. But I think the way the NFL handled it and allowed the NFL Network to be themselves, even though they were the voice, you felt like it was an independent for the most part. You felt like it was relatively independent.
Let's get Jim Trotter on the line.
Well, I mean, Trotter's
you start asking difficult questions in a public setting, and the next thing you know, his next contract was like, we're going to move on. So I think that's the part of it. The NFL's been looking to unload the network for years.
Yeah.
And I think it's just the expense of it all that they just don't like seeing on their balance sheet in terms of the owners. So this way now ESPN takes on, all the expenses of running it, but the owners get the benefit of a 10% share in the overall. So it remains to be seen what they do with talent though, Nick, because they renewed the lease of the studio, NFL Network Studios. Right. It's right there next to SoFi. So I think they're making, investment. Hey, we're going to stick with what's happening in LA. I think they're doing the same in New York
with TNT.
So it'll be interesting to see how that all shakes out with the talent and who they keep. And, again, if they don't like your reporting or you're a little too critical of the league, somehow, you don't last very long.
Well, I think what I hope, I don't want this to be political. ESPN's become very political, and I don't want to see that, with the NFL Network. I want to.
Well, you always go back old fashioned, like me and my grandpa used to do on the
just
boat.
Just talk football.
Radio.
You can talk about the business of football, that's fine, but just talk the games and the players, and don't get into some of this other nonsense. That's my biggest fear about this potential merger.
Hey, I gotta give a shout out to Disney and Mickey Mouse because he wants the cheese and he's getting it, man, because he's getting it from all the big sources right now, man. From wrestling, they got Shaq and Charles Barkley and them from TNT signed over there with ESPN, man. They making moves over there, man. I can't get mad at them though. Like I told everybody, I was like, bro, y'all still gonna pay the money. We can complain all day. Y'all still gonna pay that good buck.
Yeah, at $30 a month for ESPN, that's gonna equate to a lot of money.
The cheese. Remember that last time Lou brought up what factor cap about the sideline, the camera angle, what fans are gonna complain about next. It's gonna be the next one.
There's gonna be a lot of that.
There's gonna be a lot of
There's always something, right? Change. I mean, it's no one is ever going to be completely satisfied with whether it's how the game's officiated, how it's talked about, everything else. But the bottom line is for the league, it just feeds the beast. It's all just more dollars that they come into the coffers. And hopefully, once they get this whole thing with the NFLPA straightened out, they have an interim executive director now. We'll see where that goes. But once they get that squared away, the next collective bargaining agreements should be very interesting because I would imagine the players are going to want a piece of this deal, right?
Of course they are. And that's, again, the 18-game caveat is out there. The NFL wants the 18 games so they can make more money. The players are resistant. They want 2 bye weeks. They want expanded rosters.
Hey, real quick. So the $30 for Disney, that includes ESPN and everything else, including that package with the $30?
Well, there's different
No, it's different
things.
packages,
You can get, I believe you get there's a Hulu, Disney, ESPN
I'm
Plus
good, Dan.
bundle.
I'm good, Dan.
That I think is like $22 a month.
Yeah,
That's perfect. That's perfect.
This new thing they're doing is, I think, outside of that,
It's
we'll
separate.
see. But it will still be like, if you have cable, I think ESPN will still broadcast on there. You may not get everything
Right.
that's part of this digital package, but you will still get, I think, the core shows and what they typically put on.
Your ESPN app will change, and it'll be $30 in addition to whatever bundle you have.
Okay.
So that's, again, it's expensive, and kudos to the fans who the NFL is the greatest. It's the greatest show on earth.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than it. There's nothing more popular. There's nothing that can destroy the league.
92 of the top 100 rated shows each year are NFL games.
Yeah, I mean, and they're going to set a record this year with the Chiefs and the Cowboys. It's going to be the first regular season game over 50 million people, maybe 60. So I mean, they know what they're doing, and they know that there's a demand for it.
Yeah,
right.
And you also got to remember, I mean, Major League Baseball is poorly run. NBA is poorly run. God, look what they're destroying the WNBA right now, which is sad to see because I think it's a great league.
All right, let's move on.
So anyway, we can get on that subject.
Let's move on to the
move on to what? What are we moving on to? This is good.
There you go.
We're moving on to the question.
Q&A, Lou. Go ahead,
All right,
Lou.
bring it, man.
This is the first
Why
question.
is Sky Moore still on this roster? Question. Comment. He's been struggling for the past 2 seasons, hasn't been used much, and doesn't seem to make any positive, noteworthy contributions to the team. Sasha, the tortured poet.
Damn, he's tortured,
must
huh?
Must be a Swiftie, too.
Dead
Hey,
Poet Society. I love it. All right.
So what do y'all think? Go ahead and ask the question, Luke. Nick, go ahead.
I'll go first.
Somebody.
I mean, I think with Sky Moore, I mean, I think, he's an insurance policy right now for the roster. Listen, he's been injured every year of his career. He is finally healthy this year. He has not had any setbacks in training camp. But, you haven't seen, a lot of people comment about he looks good in practice or, he's making a lot of plays. And I think with Brownlee and Thornton and, those are guys that he's going to have to beat out on the roster. And so I think when you look at him, I think the writing's on the wall. I think they want to give him some playing time. Maybe he makes some plays and maybe they can get a 2026 or 2027 7th round pick or something for him to salvage it. But someone posted earlier, I don't think they're going to keep him on the roster just because he's familiar with the offense. I think they have too much talent at the wide receiver position to do that.
Well, to answer your question, Tasha, you know what I mean? Why they keeping him, why he's still on the roster, you know what I mean? I said this last time. George Pickens should have been picked there. He should have been picked there at that spot, but Scott Morris here, and like Crystal Lee said, oh no, the sky's falling, number 24. What she said back in the day. But hey, he's still on the roster because I think he knows a little bit of the offense, and they want to have a little bit of it. You know what I mean? They want to have somebody familiar with it. But again, he got the hand size, guys. His hands are very huge, right? He used to be a running back coming out of college as well. He played that position as well. He's a good
he's physically gifted. That's not an issue.
No. Both said got real big hands. So you said the hand size is making a big difference. If the kid can put it all together, he could be Steve Smith Jr. For my, looking at his tape, he could be that guy coming out. Because him coming out of college, he was very great. He was
drafted him for a reason. I mean, this is the same scouting staff that's done a tremendous job.
For me, on the outside looking in and follow people on Instagram and follow everything else, I think it's the crowd, man. Like he focused with what his friends are doing and everything else. I think that's what it is. Was shaking it up. If he can cut that loose and really haul in on football, I think the kid could be unstoppable. But I don't see him making a pass this 53 roster this year. No, I don't see him making it. With Thornton, what Thornton is out there doing, and then what Lou just brought up with Rashard Smith and what he can bring to add to the team as well, coming out the backfield. I don't see this kid making it. What you had to say, Coach?
Man, I think he can make it. I think just all mental. Ruben usually don't agree to anything for real. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's just a mental thing with Sky Moore. I think Sky Moore has all the tools, Lou, Nick, Bo. I think he had all the tools. It's a mental thing with him because he do know the offense. It's not like he don't know it, and that's a plus. He just got to put it together, man. Start catching more balls, and I do believe he just need more opportunities to go out there and really like show who he is. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at it, you know how the Chiefs offense roll. Ain't no real player getting a lot of targets except for Kelsey.
Yeah.
You know, they really can throw him the ball and really get him going. You know what I'm saying? I think he can go ahead and make a contribution this year.
The easy answer is he's under contract. And it's a rookie deal, so he doesn't cost them a whole lot. And there hasn't been anybody, I guess, to take that spot yet, quite frankly. And these guys look like they might be able to so far.
Here's the lead, man. Jesus Christ.
So we'll see where that goes.
Right.
But this team has been pretty proactive with guys with I don't want to say mental issues, but just, you know, a sports psychologist, I would think, would be the bare minimum for this kid to work with somebody and even maybe doing it on his own just to see if there's something there that's keeping him. Is there some sort of performance anxiety when he's on the field during games? Because I think he's done well in practices. He's done well in workouts with Patrick. Patrick is like, I mean, he's got a direct line to Brett Veach. I mean, I'm sure these guys talk all the time about different things and what he likes, what he doesn't like. If there was something about him that Patrick was just like, you know what, this dude just doesn't have it, we should move on. Not to say he's going to run the team, but I would think that would have come up. Now, I think Mango has posited the idea that, hey, it's just Brett Veach's ego and he doesn't want to quit on a second round pick. That might be part of it. But the bottom line is he is under contract. This is it. Put up or shut up right now. This is it. Bottom line. I'm sure everybody thinks that time has passed, but this is it for sure, because last year of his deal, if he's not able to even make the team here, right? Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Before we answer the questions, Lou, if he doesn't make it a team, would you say his chances in the NFL are numbered?
I think if he goes, he would have to go somewhere that might be something just uncomfortable about this team. Maybe it's the offense, whatever. I think somebody would certainly give him a chance because it was universal. I don't think it was just the Chiefs were an outlier that liked Sky Moore in the second round. If you listen to any of these guys leading up to the draft, now, you know, I can see it. They don't work with teams, and you're not hearing from the scouts directly. Right. But these guys are usually pretty plugged in. And there was guys. I mean, that Mark, who's the guy? He was a former. I don't know if he was a GM, but he was in the Giants front office and whatever. He's on NFL Network, and he constantly went on about how much he loved Sky Moore. Mm-hmm. And so somebody will give him an opportunity. Yeah. We'll see if he can make it work.
No, he'll get a chance, and it'll probably go to a contender. That'd be my guess.
So what they say, getting on some of these questions, I'm gonna pop up here for you.
All right, do. Crystal Lee, there's a ribbon in the skies. All right, I love
Crystal, I mean, she's like working puns. It's some passive aggressiveness.
I love it.
Come on, Crystal.
Stanley Mooney.
Keep bringing it.
Got to have something to complain about this year. Sky's been the only negative thing I've seen people talk about. Exactly, Lou, contract. Yeah, again, why can't we get the Sky from his rookie year? You know, that's a good question, King Mo, because the problem is they had him going back there returning punts and kicks, and he had 3 turnovers, and they took it away from him, and he lost his confidence. And then he plays against the Chargers on the road and has like 7 catches for 85 yards. And he looks like, oh my God, there he is.
Yeah.
And of course he makes the big play in the punt return against the Bengals in the AFC title game a few years ago. But you know, injuries. And again, Hense and I argue about this all the time. You know, you go back to his college tape, best route runner, best hands, best yak. He hit every mark. And the Chiefs were looking for a smaller, faster, kind of elusive receiver, and he fit the bill. but he just couldn't make the jump to the NFL, and that's his biggest problem.
So with that said, let's get to the next question, Luke.
All right. Do we feel that Jaden Hicks will be able to provide the same versatility Justin Reed has been able to give this team the past few years? That's from Burrito Shark.
Burrito Shark.
Love it.
Shark
Let's
loves
go,
burrito.
Burrito
Shark,
Shark.
man. If Burrito Shark, if you ain't in the chat or you're not watching the show, Jaden Hicks is the future. I think he will provide. I know it looks a little shaky. I know it looks shaky out there in training camp. You know, because I watched a little tape. I was like, man, is that 21 or is that somebody else? Because he's out here getting smoked.
Oops.
But again, I said, but again, I feel like the kid can still have it there. Like Lou and I said back on the past few shows. Yes, practice is practice. A lot of good guys don't do good in practice until they lace it up, put the mouthpiece in, they go out there and say, look, we hitting for real. And I feel like Jaden Hicks is that guy. He showed it last year. He led the team in interceptions last year, and the kid is proving that he can. Even Spags believe that they won't be walked away from Justin Reed if they can believe. You know, he didn't ask for what he got from the Saints or whatever team he went for. He didn't get that much. You know, it wasn't like a big, blow your cap away deal that Justin Reed got. The Kansas City Chiefs could have gave it to him as well. But I feel like, Spags and them looked at it and said, hey, we got a kid in Jaden Hicks and Tyrann Mathieu and all the safeties in and around the league said he's the next big thing. So, hey, watch out. I know you got to say something. Coach, what you got to say?
Man, damn, bro. Like you just said, that man getting cooked in practice. They're going to talk about in the real game. What happens to somebody cooking? They're going to do it worse in the real game.
Practice.
I'm just saying. Now, I know that's your guy. He's gold.
I get that. In practice as well, too.
No, he do. We ain't talking about Mahomes right now. We talking about your boy, Gold Jacket Hicks, all right? We're talking about your boy. Yeah, man, he's been getting beat, and I know guys just saying it's practice, but damn, we got to see something from you in practice to really put a statement like, yes, he can get the job done. Yes, he's an enforcer. Yes, that man can cover. No, man, he's getting beat. Oh, he's been getting beat, but hey, it's practice. I'm like, where do we go from there? You know what I'm saying? So I do believe he is like a solid safety. I do believe he's a solid safety.
Can y'all see the comments on screen?
Yeah, we can see those. Pretty cool.
Okay, thanks. Wow, yeah, go
you
ahead.
guys are good. That's tiny, man.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Luke. Go ahead. What you think, Luke?
Well, I think Jaden has every opportunity to kind of take the mantle piece, if you would. It'll look different. I mean, they're not the same player, but Jaden Hicks, I mean, this is basically his first year starting full time. I mean, Justin Reed had played already 3 years in Houston, another 3 years in Kansas City. So, I mean, and then learning Spags' defense, having been there for, again, 2-3 seasons. So there's a lot going on there. The other thing is you are going against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense every day. So it's not the easiest offense to play against. Now, to Coach's point, I get it. You'd like to see him be more competitive, but I think when given those opportunities, he has been and he will be. So again, you got to give these guys time. I mean, some of these questions are difficult to answer because you watch a couple practices, or not even a couple practices, but a couple of clips from practices that happen to get posted, and you're supposed to draw some conclusion. We'll see. But again, we've got a vault of these plays, but we'll spring them on you at some point. I don't know when, but at some point we will.
Yeah, at some point.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely coming. It's definitely.
So what you got to say about it, Nick?
Well, I think Hicks is a future star for this defense. I mean, in his limited reps last year, he made a massive impact, and the reason they got rid of Justin Reed is because they felt like Hicks could step in and do the job. And he played in a lot of difficult situations last year, and I think he had 3 interceptions, which led the team. And now that he's the starter, yeah, it's going to be different out there for him, and expectations are going to be high. You wonder about Brian Cook now that he's fully healthy and in a contract year, how those two are going to blend together. So I think you have to look at it like, I believe he can get the job done. I believe he will get the job done. And I'm not worried about that position for this football team one bit.
The other part of it is this has all been by design. I mean, when they brought in Badger, all of a sudden they go sign Justin Reed, and like, what do we, what's happening? So you kind of saw that was the end of Badger. Well, Justin Reed, we drafted this rookie Jaden Hicks. We're going to see what he can do this year. Well, we feel comfortable. I think he can take over that spot, and we don't have to pay $15 million or $12 million or whatever a year to get it done. So a lot of this comes down to team building as well, and how the thing is constructed and what positions you're going to invest most of your dollars at. But Jaden Hicks can play. I mean, we've seen that. I don't think there's any question. It's just really a matter of him taking more of a leadership role, making calls from the back end, and just getting more reps, more snaps. That's the bottom line.
More reps and snaps. Reps and snaps.
Hey, Luke,
that's it.
You notice everything. My daughter just texted me and said, "Daddy, your hair is sticking up like alfalfa in the back." But hey, Luke,
I thought that was by design.
I thought it was I thought you were saying
you were making a statement.
It's his gold jacket. It's his gold jacket antenna.
Hey, you know what, Nick? That's that cartoon. Remember back in the day, Looney Tunes got the light bulb. His is there.
We were talking about Jaden Hicks. So you did get a little excited.
My man had an epiphany. That's that hair. Oh, got another one. He got another one.
He just came up.
At least he's not losing his hair.
All kind of things.
That's all good.
Let's get it what John said. Nick.
John says more needs to be cut. They can save him $1.5 million and roll it into next year. They could trade him, but where and for what? A ham sandwich. Listen, I mean, he just hasn't had a good career in Kansas City. That's all there is to it. Draft picks don't work out, and in my opinion, second round picks are the toughest ones of all. Hicks led the team in interceptions. He's a low key ball hawk. I agree. 100%.
All right, next question, Lou.
Here we go. With Justin Ross being waived, who will be Chiefs Kingdom training camp? Okay, so this is one of these. It was one of these passive aggressive questions. Who winds up on the practice squad this year? Kyle Henning. I appreciate the passive aggressiveness there.
Yes, very much so.
Well, I don't think there's any question. It's Tyquan Thornton right now, right?
Right.
So, maybe Brownlee.
I think Tyquan Thornton is getting a lot of love from a lot of places, and even some where coach may make a mention of it at the microphone, and all of a sudden, he's on the squad, he's on the team.
Oh man, that's my goal.
We'd like to see. I mean, we truly want to, because I mean he's got a ton of talent. Obviously, you're not a first round pick by accident, but I've kind of documented the Baylor wide receiver history here ad nauseum. I'm not going to do it again, but it just seems like they just have a certain type of athlete, and it just doesn't translate. But
it might
seem to be
though.
making some plays. So if there is a candidate, Kyle, it's certainly Tyquan Thornton.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, and it's ironic that was the player of the Patriots selected for moving 4 spots with the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs took Sky Moore right thereafter. And so they're both on the same team battling for the last spot.
Thornton is smoking
the
whole
Thornton would be the one to watch for sure.
Man, Thornton come out here Saturday, bro, and put on the show. I want to see Thornton though, for real. I want to see Thornton tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's got a good backup. He's got a good backup in Minshaw or Mishaw.
He's good.
I'm
just saying, Thornton look good, man.
Well,
I want to see Thornton.
Rashee's not playing. Hollywood's not playing.
Good. Don't put Hollywood out there.
I
doubt Juju's going to play.
He and Brownlee are going to get a ton of snaps.
I can't wait to see what Thornton's going to do.
I want to say it's Thornton. I have to say it's Brownlee, because Thornton is out here. He's actually showing, like Dre said it before. He said it before. He was with the Patriots. He didn't have the coaching the coaching staff to actually to pull it out of him, and the Chiefs actually is pulling that out of Thornton as well. And Patrick Mahomes, we went before everything kicked off. He was like, they kept saying that Thornton came on late with the team, and he was still trying to learn a playbook. And now the kid came out. All I seen all off season when they was in the Super Bowl was this kid training, and now he's showing up on the field. Heck, he even looking better than, I know Hollywood ain't out there, but heck, he kind of looking better than Rashee Rice. I know I probably said that, what hit out there, like the playmaking is filled with him Patrick Mahomes.
There goes that lock of hair again.
There it is. It popped up.
I said he probably is, but it had to be the other guy for me. I think Thornton is the Chiefs have found the hidden gem, like you said. On Factor Cap, that Brett Veach do it again. I think he have. I think they found the hidden gem, and Thornton's going to come out.
I liken him to just basically going after a former first-round pick from another team, and they make a deal to get him or whatever. Now, they didn't have to make a deal. He was just outright just sitting there. But but that's the whole thing with Ross. I think Ross was kind of doing the same thing in training camp. You really, oh my God, he's doing this in practice, doing that in practice, everything else. I mean, they came to the games, and it didn't quite mesh. And I think maybe Sky has some of that issue as well. Let's see if Taekwon.
I think Thornton's looked better than Ross has at any given point.
Right,
he's been getting a lot of separation, guys.
He's been catching him against another team. Yeah, be consistent, and then actually earn
a matchup with Will Johnson.
Yeah, T-Cups be getting handled though. Worthy smoked T-Cups, Thornton smoked T-Cups. I'm like, man, are you earning your money? Are you earning your money, T-Cups, right now? Because I remember I said it's just practice. I don't know.
T-Cups, man. T-Cup gets smoked all the time in practice. Every time since he's been here. When the lights come on and on the field, T-Cups is T-Cup. Shut down your best receivers.
Let me settle this. Let me settle this for Coach right now as far as how the cornerbacks look in practice.
Okay, come on.
It's very simple, brother. It's so simple. So easy. There's virtually no pass rush. There's virtually no pressure of the play. There's virtually no safety help. It's just an exercise in working on one-on-one coverage in an environment that will always benefit the wide receiver every single snap.
Go ahead, Lou.
During the one-on-ones, yes, but if you're like in a team session where it's 11 on 11, they're running. The Chiefs are running their defense. They're not. It's not some kind of show or cards that they're doing during the course of the week. So that's one thing. And then on the other side, I mean, again, it's the Chiefs' offense too. But yeah, the quarterback is not going to get hit, so they're doing their best to get a rush. But they're not going to. The quarterback knows he's not getting hit, so they can stand in there a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So, but the bottom line is, I mean, if you've ever played a sport and you go, I mean, if you play long enough, right, during the course of a game, if you don't get beat, you're playing against weaker competition, and you should be on a different field.
Yeah.
Right. You want to get beat. You want to be able to go against the best. So if the other guy gets you, the next time you get him, and it goes back and forth.
God, all that shit sounds good. I mean, he's getting beat. T-Cups is getting beat, bro. Like I'm just saying, I'm like, but I like that because Thornton is actually showing me a lot. I'm like, damn, Thornton look good. He ain't just smoking cuffs. Your boy number 13 getting smoked too. I said he stay getting smoked, so ain't nothing new. But that man's out there. Thornton is putting on a show, man. I'm like, God damn, bro. I'm like, he's gonna. Hey, in my eyes, this season, I believe Thornton gonna have a starting role with this offense, man.
Okay. I think.
Coach,
to be honest, I think
there's some clickbait right there.
I think he wide receiver 4. You know what I mean? You got Rice, Hollywood, Brown, and Thornton.
Well,
them your 4 wide receivers.
Starting receiver.
Worthy, Thornton.
That would be 3
Hollywood
tops. Yeah. So he would be wide receiver 3 at this point. You're thinking?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
He's not going to be ahead of Juju.
Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat think I'm lying? I'm like, if y'all watch the highlights, this boy is getting off.
Right now,
but here's his.
For me, Thornton is higher than Juju. He's higher than Sky. He's higher than Hollywood right about now.
He is, facts.
I
that's
think
because of health.
Not just because of health. If Hollywood was healthy, if Thornton coming out and playing like he is in practice,
yeah.
I think the Chiefs were like, okay, bigger receiver, a little more, length in his growth and everything else. I think,
I would just caution you of elevating these guys when they're just playing it. They're playing
Baylor guys. I know they Baylor guys. I understand.
I'm saying just in general, if you start elevating guys, they're making some plays in training camp.
Where everybody elevated Simmons. Everybody elevated Simmons. He's
elevating them,
kicking ass, man.
You've got guys that have been professionals that actually have done it in real NFL games. So,
yeah, man. And look at Simmons though. Everybody elevated Simmons, and he living up to expectations. I'm saying, I call it. Hey, Luke, it's what the
Royals
again. I would caution you on Justin Simmons or Josh Simmons. It's been in practice, okay. Let's see how he does in games and how that goes. All right. So, what might be a surprising storyline coming out of Chiefs camp? That's from Ed Holinsky.
Well, Dre just answered it.
I just said Thornton. I knew that one in the bag. When this in the bag, it's Thornton.
All right. My surprise story would be Josh Simmons. Now, I didn't see this from everybody know I was an Ursary guy. I'm an Ursary guy. And still to this day, the jury is out between me and him, him and Ursary for me. But watching him in training camp and watching him in person and watching how fast he came off shout out to the Chiefs health team. They doctors out there, they training facility. They get these guys ready to go, and Simmons is out there looking like a grizzly bear in human clothes, right? He's looking like a grizzly bear in human clothes and ready to go to war with anybody. Hey, like they said, Honda hands. I seen Honda hands out there when he was out there pass blocking against everybody. So that had to be my surprise for me. I know everybody said, you hear some stuff from draft, we had the draft stories. Oh, this guy can be that guy can be this guy. And, they turn out to be a Marvin Harrison. But this guy right here is turning out to be a guy from Iowa State that's showing that, hey, I can be this guy for the Chiefs' future in the years to come. That surprised me seeing this guy step up to the plate so soon and haven't moved since he came out there and started at the left tackle's position, and he haven't moved since. Yes, they've been rotating everybody else, but hey, this guy said, this is my job, and I'm not taking nobody else is taking it from me. I'm going to be here to be your quarterback protector, like I said when I got
in your face too. He has definitely punched in your face.
The biggest surprise, I think the biggest surprise with Simmons is just the health of his knee.
Right.
That's been the biggest surprise because that was really the only thing, again, as we've been talking about it for months, the only thing that kept him from being a top 10 pick. Right. So I would think right now, what could potentially be a surprising storyline is that perhaps one of the perceived top 4 running backs could be cut. Right,
Kareem Hunt.
So is it Kareem Hunt? To me, the biggest candidates would be either Kareem or Elijah Mitchell.
Man.
I think Pops has shown that his work in the off season has come to fruition. His leg is completely healed. He's showing the speed. He's able to catch some passes downfield and so forth. So I think he's here for that year 4 of the rookie contract. They really don't have a lot invested in Kareem Hunt or Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, I said I was crazy.
If they feel comfortable with Brashard Smith being that third back, and you don't have to have that extra, maybe they just say, okay, screw it. We want to keep Carson Steele because he's going to play special teams. We can use him in maybe a few different ways than we could Elijah Mitchell. So that might be potentially a surprising. I don't know if it surprises anybody else, but that was just one that I was thinking that could be a surprise cut.
Kareem Hunt, Bo. You said Kareem Hunt is gone, right? Why?
Yeah, one or the other.
I don't get
it. I think it would be. I'm leaning towards Elijah. If they do move off one of those top 4 guys, I think it might be Elijah Mitchell, just because.
Kareem,
the investment isn't that great.
If you watched the NFL yesterday, you seen a lot of good running backs that was.
Oh my God!
Our boy from 2 Senior Bowls ago, Rasheen Ali. He's healthy, and they got Keaton Mitchell there. So the Ravens.
What is about Mitchell, Hense, that you feel the need that he's going to be on the team? What is it about Mitchell that
he was lacking speed at that position since Jamal Charles left? Right. Then Jamal Charles walked, he went to another team. And now, Kareem Hunt is back, but they are lacking speed. That was one of Kareem Hunt got 4 yards.
He's the third down guy though. He can give you the tough yards, man.
But we lack speed there, and I think the Chiefs, got Brashard Smith. They got Mitchell Smith, Mitchell got speed. Isaiah Pacheco got speed. You know what I mean? I feel like, and when it's, he's up in age as well, so that could be the surprise storyline. I agree with Lou. One of those two could be cut, and it could be another guy coming in, and you never know.
And Mitchell's fragile, man. He's a little tender in the knees, man.
He's had his health issues. I think the Chiefs are going to keep all four of these running backs for one single reason. One is they only have one under contract for next year, and they're going to need at least maybe one of these guys to be on the roster next year, because to bring in 3 new running backs to go along with Rashee Smith is not going to be an easy task. So that's why I think one of these guys, I don't think they're going to. I think Carson Steele is going to have a very difficult time making the team. Now, if Smith goes to wide receiver and is a number 7 wide receiver, but he's still taking up a roster spot. So, I think the biggest surprise coming out of camp and as we get close to the regular season, my biggest surprise will be if the Chiefs do not trade for or bring in some help in the secondary. I still think they need one player, whether that's Simmons or one of these cornerbacks that haven't signed, but I still think they need a veteran presence back there in the secondary to mold and to mesh, these young corners and the expectations of playing some young kids at safety. So that's just my opinion. That would surprise me if they don't bring in a veteran person in the secondary.
Yeah, they have Mike Edwards was in front of the mic yesterday for a bit. I think they really like him. That's why they brought him back.
Yeah,
that might be a tough one. One of them was Gardner Johnson. They thought maybe he tore his ACL yesterday. It came out that it wasn't as bad.
Good for him.
But he is injured. So I could see Justin Simmons gets a phone call from the Texans.
No, I feel like it's going to be a trade with TJ Tampa coming over here.
So is it, my God, is it another question on the board?
Why would the Ravens trade him?
Yeah, the Ravens aren't making any trades to the Chiefs.
Bring him over to the Chiefs. So let's get to the next question.
All right. All right. So how do the Chiefs round out the bottom of the wide receiver room after, we already hit this, but let's go. After Rice, Brown, Worthy, Royals, Smith, Schuster. Does Moore get traded? Does Thornton make the roster?
Oh, damn. We answered that already.
Sumana.
We did answer that
yes,
one.
Moore gets traded or released and Thornton makes the roster.
Yeah. No, no. We're still going to go through it. I'm just
answering the man. Question.
I answered it. Yeah. I answered my version of it.
Boot to behind all show about this question. Now Thornton makes the team.
It looks that way, and it's really going to come down. I think it's going to come down to those two: is Brownlee or Thornton, who can really show during the games that they're not missing assignments. They're where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there. Not necessarily how many catches they get or how many yards or whatever, but just are they functional? Is the quarterback trust them? Is whether it's Minshew, Patrick, Zappi, whoever it is, Oladokin, are they available for them? Are they getting the checks right? So all that kind of procedural stuff, because we know how talented the kid is.
Right.
As far as Thornton goes, and Brownlee might be as well. So I think they're big. They're both big-bodied wide receivers, a little bit different. Maybe more like Juju, but with more speed, especially Thornton.
I know you said why do the Chiefs round? How do the Chiefs round out the bottom of this wide receiver race? But I don't see Smith making this team. I know. Everybody said what?
No,
Juju
it's a
Smith.
Lock.
Are you talking about Juju or Rashard?
I'm talking about the Juju Smith.
Juju. Okay.
No.
I don't see him making this team when there's a lot of the more talented wide receivers out there that's going to be on the market pretty soon.
Can you name some of these guys that are so good?
There's nobody left. There's nobody left.
There's other guys on other teams.
There will be. No.
Yes, Schuster is the coach of the wide receivers.
He's not no coach.
Nick is the coach of the wide receivers.
Nick have a spot for Juju.
Instead of yelling at everybody and saying no.
Give
me a player.
Have you seen somebody from another roster that you feel like could be somebody that gets plucked or somebody that doesn't make a team? Because that's kind of what I look for, in preseason, especially if you're watching other teams' games, is potentially, is there somebody there that could improve the Chiefs? Yeah, there's going to be a ton of guys available. No question. But
Who
have
stood
you
out,
seen
basically, what you're
somebody
saying?
that you say that guy could get cut? That I look at the Packers wide receiver room.
Yeah, that's
They got
what I'm talking
10,
about.
They got like 10 guys. Hell, McColl's there, right? They got so many guys. McColl Hardman's on that team. One of those guys is going to go, and they're all like either second or third round picks.
Talk heavy.
No, and nobody's trading for Sky Moore. I'm sorry to add.
They know he's going to get cut. Why would you give something up?
So, and Thornton, to answer this question too, Thornton will make this team, and I think, I know we round out the bottom wide receivers, Rice, Brown, Worthy, but you looking at Rice, Brown, and Smith. We looking at Brown and Smith, man. Can you get a full season? Right? Can you get a full week? Heck,
that's why they're not getting rid of Juju, because he can stay healthy.
How? You keep Juju for what? What was it? Is he staying healthy?
Keep an eye on
you're not listening
Romeo Doubs from Green Bay.
Right.
Remember last year during training camp, they were having words. It really wasn't a very happy place to be for him. They came back, played, balls out a little bit, but first round they take Matthew Golden, they bring in McColl, they're adding all these pieces. Now again, the kid from North Dakota State, Christian Watson, it just is injured all the time.
Yeah.
But you got Jaden Reed, you've got Dontavian Wicks, you've got a lot of guys
they also brought in the TCU stud. From TCU,
that's right, your guy Savion Williams.
They got Savion.
That would be one that I would keep my eye on. See where they could trade him actually. So, but that would be a guy that Romeo Doubs. If there was going to be somebody that is worthy of being on this team that could be available, I would say look at him.
Hey, quick question, guys. Quick question, real quick. What are y'all thoughts on Shedeur tonight, man? What y'all thoughts on Shedeur situation?
I don't care.
He's going to play. He's starting, right?
He'll play.
You think?
I didn't pick him in my underdog fan. I didn't pick him in my underdog. Oh my God, Nick!
Damn.
Well,
you did pick him.
I had a choice between quarterbacks, and he was like at the bottom of my list.
He may get a lot of
Juju
in a game like that where you're looking at just players, especially in preseason. You're looking for high usage. He may play the whole game.
He may play the whole game.
Pickett's not healthy. Dillon's not healthy. I don't think they're going to throw Flacco in there. So maybe Tyler Huntley comes in at the end. So Shedeur might get at least 2 quarters.
I'm rooting for Shedeur, man. I want Shedeur to go out there and light it up, bro. I'm rooting for
want to go out there.
I don't know how much it means, but again, I think what I would look for when I watch these games, are these guys functional, especially at the quarterback position?
True.
Are they getting in and out of the huddle quickly? Or are they having to call timeout because the play clock's running down? Is he like yesterday? It was Anthony Richardson.
There's your boy Hense.
It wasn't. I don't know that it was really a blitz. It was David Ojabo coming off the edge. Yeah. If you remember, he was the other end at Michigan that played with Hutchinson.
Right.
I think he blew out his Achilles going into the. But he looks fantastic. But if you watch the play, it's like the.
You look good.
Somebody had mentioned it's like a week 1 protection install. That was up to Richardson to turn to his right. He had either the back or the tight end get rid of the ball, but instead he doesn't even look towards that way. Didn't recognize it. Eats the sack and then almost rips his finger off in the process. So that's what you look for, is that there aren't any big
little things as a quarterback. I'm looking for little things. Exactly. I'm looking for little things, man. I'm excited for him.
I'm excited for him too, but back to Juju, I don't think he's making his team, guys.
The reason why they're going against you is because Nick said it. He's the quarterback. He's the wide receiver coach, man. He's the wide receiver coach.
I think Royals going to slide in that spot. Thornton is showing already. What you going to do when he don't?
It's the experience, Bo. It's
the experienced receiver.
If somebody get cut, that's way better than Juju. Juju, you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know if you're gonna get a 1 week for Juju.
Ruben, that's your guy, Ruben. That's your guy. You ain't cherry picking from now. That's your guy, Ruben.
I don't think Juju or Kareem Hunt is making this team. But looking at the wide receiver squad, though, I think the Chiefs will add better. Looking at the Packers squad, they got a lot of receivers over there that they can bring over here as well. And also looking at the Broncos squad too, they got a lot of receivers over there that that can.
Okay, but you're asking a receiver to come in. Well, hold on. Okay, let's assume your theory is correct.
Uh-oh.
You're going to bring. Hold on. You're going to bring in a receiver,
especially if he's like a rookie or
Hold on.
first or
Yeah.
like a second year guy.
You're going to bring in a guy, and he's going to mesh.
Nick is
He's going to
cooking
mesh
right now.
with Patrick Mahomes that fast. I mean, the talent that the Chiefs acquired mid-season trade last year,
Right.
with DeAndre Hopkins, he could not get down the playbook.
already, Nick. Get it out already.
He could not understand the playbook. They used him in very, very specific packages, and it just didn't work.
Well,
So you're asking a guy to
his
come
game
in.
is
Juju
so
knows
different.
everything.
And I think that's why every time you guys bring up these big-bodied receivers, it seems like that doesn't really work in this
And the
offense
Chiefs
for
offense, it
for some
doesn't
reason.
work.
I don't know. But I still think Juju will make the team. One, because his bond with Coach Reed, for one. And then secondly, he played, and I've said it 100 times before, he at this stage of his career plays more like a tight end on the field. So it's
So you telling me if one of those Packer wide receivers get cut and let go?
I doubt it.
You saying that they're gonna say,
I think that would
add him.
I would think that would have to be a trade because those guys actually do have value.
Yeah.
And I don't know that if they cut somebody, it'll be like McCall or
you ain't getting Sky Moore for that.
Come on,
you know, somebody that's not worth his own. But if you like Romeo Dubs, that would have to be a trade. I don't think the Chiefs are going to do that. But look for him to maybe be on the move if they do that.
Ruben said, "Yes, let it go." Your boy
If I had to choose between Juju or what's his name, Regio Mangio, I think that's his name. I'm probably saying it wrong.
I mean, he's been.
You don't even have Nico on the list.
If I had to choose him, I would choose him over Juju.
Well, I don't think you
Right.
have.
We're going to Silly Town now.
I know Silly Town is smart. I played this game, sir. Played it. I'm telling you.
You're not even listing Remigio as an opportunity here.
Why do you have to choose one over the other?
They go Mango popped about no. Mango said,
Give me the 6 or 7 best guys.
That is why he's not making the team.
If Nico makes the team, it's because they don't have 100% confidence in the other guys as returners.
Yeah, man.
Right, but I don't think it's Juju versus.
So Juju gonna take Nick's scenario. Juju's gonna make the team because he's a coach. He's a coach. We don't even know
presence.
the guys out there on the field catching passes and balls, Nick. That's what we need.
The other piece of that is he could be that guy when Rashee is out. Patrick can rely on, and Patrick trusts.
I'm just saying.
You're saying right, but I think the odds of you being right are very small.
And Juju.
And the other dead giveaway, that little thing on top of your head did not pop up when you
shut up. Lou.
I tell you this, guys. You pick high or low if Juju gonna make this goddamn team. Go underdog,
all right.
We'll make this thing.
I don't know that they have to make the squad.
Mango's convinced, along with myself, they're going to carry 7 wide receivers. I agree.
They could. It depends on if any other position group gets hurt and they got to bring somebody else in, then maybe they go light on the receivers.
I agree with Crystal, man.
The female of the bunch got exactly fact.
The Chiefs got receivers.
We really don't need a wide receiver.
Hey, come on, man. I'm gonna be honest. I want to get on the band. I want to get on the board before the season even started. Right? We say this all the time. The Chiefs got receivers. We got the weapons. And the wide receivers out there don't look like the weapons that they can look like the weapons. And why we didn't fix this in the preseason, or why we didn't fix this in the offseason. You're gonna hold on to Juju when this could be some other guys have better potentials out there that can make this roster even better.
They've already got that. They got Elijah Badger. They got young receivers who have been in the system since the spring.
This is going to be another
NBA right now. There's absolutely no way unless he's injured.
I think Nick made a good point. Is that if you do bring somebody in from the outside, it's going to be difficult for them to ramp up quickly and actually make a contribution.
Mahomes doesn't need any more distractions,
right? And again, the thing that blew up the receiver room the last 2 years has been injuries. So yeah, I guess you can plan for some of that, but you'd like to believe that the guys that you've drafted first round, second round, whatever, and brought in that you really like,
right,
are going to play.
I'm just saying,
if all of a
just give 'em
sudden
all for time.
you want to have the best roster as possible, but you need guys that are going to be ready to rock and roll now and this season. So
that's Marangio, number 80.
More than likely, it would have to come from a veteran.
I agree.
Hey,
I think he's got a good chance. He'll be the main.
When Juju number is called, he do get down. He do make a contribution. He do. I ain't gonna.
Juju's going to have 5 touchdowns and over 500 almost 600 yards this year.
I don't know if he gets that
I
many shots.
don't know about that.
I think he's going to be a surprise. I think he's going to have a surprise year.
If you saying stuff like that and picking on underdog, I don't know if I want to trust your picks.
I'm still way up, dude. I don't want to hear it. I haven't lost yet.
This is all conjecture and smoke and mirrors. We have no idea. There's never any specific picks made.
I don't agree with your picks.
But I'm just saying, guys. I don't want
for Juju to be worth the money, right? If he makes a couple of key first down catches in the playoffs, if he is able to go in when somebody else gets hurt, if he takes the place of the second tight end, God forbid 50 Shades gets hurt, that's where you get the value from and being the older guy in the room. So. I think he is going to make the team. I've come around on that.
All right.
Hey, Mango got a sweet spot for Ramigo. You know what I'm saying? He got a sweet spot for
it. Don't forget, if you want to watch more of me and Dre and Lou and Nick tomorrow.
How come Juju didn't play Saturday, huh?
Yeah,
we're going to take down the yelling for a bit.
Don't forget about the show tomorrow, guys. It's going to be a special kickoff. Saturday of the Chiefs season is starting tomorrow, right down where they won their last Super Bowl in Arizona. And not their last one, because they won in Vegas.
I'm not saying we're going to have a lot of time to kill during this practice game, but if those of you that are in the chat are going to be joining us, and tell your friends that are going to be joining us, if you have some other questions that you'd like, bring those with you tomorrow, because I get the feeling we're going to have to maybe fill in some, fill in a bit. Yeah, definitely.
But again,
all good, man.
I choose 81 over 9. But again, let's get out of here, guys. We want to thank you guys for joining in. We want to thank you guys.
Thank you for the questions. Social
media. You for the question.
They said, "What do you have against Juju?"
Before I go, I love Juju. I don't want to go into this year, guys, as Chiefs fans, and saying, "Why didn't we get this guy?" or "Why we didn't make the wide receiver room better?" And that's the same thing.
They did draft one.
I don't understand. One ain't gonna make the difference.
And they brought in these
the
guys that we think
3 weeks from today, you're going to find out exactly what happens.
So the biggest issue, real quick, was protecting Patrick Mahomes. That was it.
Yes, sir. They solved that problem.
Okay, and then when he did have protections, people couldn't get open, right? People still couldn't get open.
Okay, you're putting out a hypothetical for a player that doesn't exist.
He's the truth.
He's trying his hardest, man, to bash Juju.
Last year,
nobody 28 years old. He's just fine.
And his knees older than yours. And
his knee held up just fine. His knees are better than mine, and mine are shitty.
It's lose all together.
So Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow had the Avengers out there, and he couldn't drag their asses to the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Now Patrick loses his number 1, number 2 receiver
again.
And he gets to the Super Bowl.
He still got him to a friggin' Super Bowl with Juju
to the playoffs.
All I'm saying is this, guys. This is my last thing I'm gonna say. All I'm saying is I just want Patrick Mahomes to have the best team around him, not just a guy that's coaching wide receivers on the sideline, taking up a roster spot. I want guys out here just gonna be out here battling forever. So with that said, guys, I love you guys. I hope I didn't ruffle the feathers.
The last word. No, he who yells loudest and last wins. No, not on this show, sir.